causing flooding in and around Rio de Janeiro, but it's the mudslides that are still claiming lives. Entire hillsides have simply let loose, taking houses and humans with them. The official death toll now stands at 171. The latest mudslide tore through the slums of Rio on Wednesday. Senior Latin American Affairs editor Rafael Romo now looks at the shock and desperation that followed.
The massive mudslide happened just before sunrise when many people were still sleeping, creating chaos among the population of this shantytown near Rio de Janeiro. Rescuers ran to the scene, yelling over the mess in an effort to get an answer from survivors. They rescued dozens of people, but there was nothing they could do for many more. Daylight revealed the extent of the damage. Brazilian officials say this shantytown, known as Morro Bumba, was built on a mountain of garbage that used to be a landfill. After several days of rain, the terrain was saturated with water and the mountain gave way.
It wasn't raining, it just all came on top of us. Once we realized what happened, the whole thing had fallen on us.
The side of the mountain collapsed, knocking down about 60 houses and burying as many as 200 people in mud.
My family is all underneath there. I went to another area over there to see if I could find someone. Dear God, what is happening?
Rescuers brought heavy machinery to remove the mud and rubble, but the hope of finding survivors trapped underneath quickly started to fade.
My house was not built on the unsafe landfill. It was in a risk area, but it was that area in the landfill. That's where it all became a mess. And despite all, they kept building all kinds of houses, high-rises and all. So when the mudslide happened, the high-rise fell on top of my house.
Officials say they will be evicting people who live in these slums, hoping a tragedy like this doesn't happen again. Torrential rains have claimed the lives of more than 150 people so far this week in the state of Rio de Janeiro, not including the approximately 200 that were buried by the mudslide. Rafael Romo, CNN Atlanta.
Well, Guillermo Arduino joins us with more on the weather situation in Brazil now. Guillermo, how are things shaping up there now?
Well, it is raining a little bit right now. I want to give you an idea on how bad the situation was at the time during 24 hours. The amount of rain in April is usually 107 millimeters. We almost tripled that. So that puts a little bit of perspective on the issue. At the same time, I'm going to show you what's going on right now in terms of weather. We see that we have some rain showers in the next 2 days in the area because right now it stopped raining. This is automatic and it updates, but an hour ago we had rain showers, and that's what we can see. Rain showers on and off, and the temperature at 22. The reason why we see the rain, even though the low is long gone, is because this other high pressure center over Uruguay and southern Brazil here is pumping winds from the south that pick up the moisture in the Atlantic Ocean and dump that moisture into the area in question, anywhere from Sao Paulo up into Rio de Janeiro. So that's why we see rain in the forecast, despite the fact that you will hear that the low pressure center that caused the terrible downpour is gone. And that is telling me that we are going to see rain showers here and there, but we are not going to see significant accumulations anymore. And the longer we go into the future, the less it's going to rain until the next system comes. So the outlook is not bad at all. The concern is that it is so damp and so saturated that we are getting now rain showers. Manisha?
Guillermo, thanks very much for that. It's obviously a difficult and fluid situation there. Lawlessness spread